Was Robert F. Kennedy likely to win the 1960 presidential election? Have you ever wondered what could have been if Robert F. Kennedy had lived to run for president in 1968? His journey through that turbulent year is a fascinating chapter in American history. Robert F. Kennedy entered the presidential race as a United States Senator from New York in March of 1968. At first, many thought he would struggle against the sitting President Lyndon B. Johnson. However, things changed quickly. After a strong performance in the New Hampshire primary and Johnson's surprising decision not to run for re-election, Kennedy emerged as a top contender for the Democratic nomination. Kennedy's campaign gained momentum during the spring primaries. He campaigned actively in states like Indiana, Nebraska, Oregon, South Dakota, California, and Washington, D.C. His message resonated with many Americans who were frustrated by the Vietnam War and social unrest. People saw him as a unifying figure who could bring together a diverse group of voters, including minorities, working-class citizens, and young people. His victory in the California primary on June 4, 1968, was a significant milestone. It suggested he was in a strong position to secure the Democratic nomination and possibly the presidency. Polling data from the mid-1960s showed that Kennedy had solid prospects in a general election. In 1966, a Gallup poll indicated he was leading Republican Richard Nixon by a considerable margin in a hypothetical matchup. This suggested that, if he secured the Democratic nomination, he had a real chance to win the presidency. However, his support was not guaranteed. Public opinion fluctuated, and he faced tough competition within the Democratic Party, especially from Vice President Hubert Humphrey, who had the backing of the party establishment. Tragically, Robert F. Kennedy was assassinated shortly after his California primary victory. This shocking event ended his campaign abruptly and changed the course of the 1968 election. Without Kennedy, Hubert Humphrey became the Democratic nominee but ultimately lost to Richard Nixon in the general election. From a 1960s nostalgia perspective, Robert F. Kennedy represented hope and change during a time marked by civil rights struggles and anti-war protests. His campaign energized many who wanted a more compassionate America. Had he lived, many believe he had a strong chance to win the presidency, which could have altered the course of American history during that critical period. So, was Robert F. Kennedy likely to win the 1968 presidential election? Based on his growing popularity, strong primary performances, and favorable polling against Nixon, many think he had a real shot. His assassination cut short what might have been a successful bid for the presidency, leaving us to ponder the possibilities of what could have been.